friends. So I'm in my truck, I'm running some errands, but I had something really important to talk to you guys about. I have been watching other creators off and on who had these extraterrestrial contacts, and they said that the extraterrestrials were able to do something to them so that they could understand what they were saying. And to be honest, I got very frustrated because I can't understand what they're saying. I mean, I can't hear them, nothing, right? So I got nothing, nothing. So, I mean, I had to work hard to kind of like check my attitude a little bit because it was getting to be quite irritating. Plus, I've been sick. This sinus infection is back. It's driving me crazy. So anyhow, I figured that they could do it, and I had talked to them and I had said, look, if I ever ask you anything that you can't answer, that you're not allowed to answer, no worries. You know, I respect you and I respect that. So by all means, you know, don't think that I would get upset about that, because I won't. So this past weekend, my son went with his dad. It was his dad's weekend. So I figured, okay, I'm going to go to bed early so that they can bring these different visitors in, and maybe they can do 2 a night. I'm trying to speed it up. So Friday night, my son wasn't here. He was with his dad. I went to bed at 9 o'clock, you guys. I mean, I was early. I was ready to go. So I went in there at 9, and I waited, and I mean, it was a zoo in there. There was so much stuff in there. And I happened to look up and I noticed that the normal portal that I usually see on the ceiling and on the side wall, there was a different portal opened, and there was a white guardian at the portal entrance. So all you could really see was just like the white guardian, and he was in that vortex wind kind of thing. And not to change, but Dave Paulides on Can-Am Missing Project, he's been doing some stuff on UFOs, and also the ranch, Skinwalker Ranch reviews, and they brought up a vortex also. So I know that this is something that other people are seeing, other people are experiencing. So this guy was in the vortex. And the weird thing is that when different ones were coming into the environment, it's almost like it would change his face and go through. I don't know if I've told you guys this. Okay, so when they would come through before into the old portal, you would just see them coming through, no big deal. But this new one, the way that it works is it seems like they actually like take over the guardian and come through. It's not a guardian like the cloud guardians. It's one of the human looking guardians that is manning the portal. One of the things that they do is some of the little naughties, you know, I love those little naughties, they will go actually inside of the guardian's eye. There's a chamber inside the cloud guardians, at least a couple of them. So they will go inside of the guardian's eye into this dark chamber, and that's where they rest. That's where they stay. And I know this because there's one guardian who hangs out with me all the time. Just, I mean, sweet, oh my goodness. And he's always showing me this like it's something kind of significant. So I'm guessing that that's what they're doing, that they're going into the guardian and coming through the guardian somehow in the ceiling portal. So the past week or so, these little ones have gotten so beat up. Oh my God, you guys, it's been so sad to see them. Oh my gosh. And I'll tell you more about that later, but the most important thing is, okay, so Friday night, it was a storm in there of beings. I mean, they were just all over the place. So, they didn't do a visit. They cleaned everybody out. But when it normally the time comes for them to do the spreading of the angel, they didn't do it. Not all night. And I'm thinking, wow, that's really weird, you know. And here I got to bed early thinking they could do 2, and I'm thinking, that's just really strange. I wonder why. So Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, I was in the bathroom. Yeah, they follow me in the bathroom too. I know what they're doing. They're trying to keep me safe. So I have to just kind of get over myself. I mean, a lot. I really do have to get over myself. So the one that's around me all the time, he comes into the bathroom, and I forget how the conversation went, but I said, you know, last night I came to bed early so that if you guys wanted to do 2 visits, you could. I said, I'm going to come to bed early again tonight also. So if you want to do that, you can. And you guys, it's like all of a sudden this thought popped into my head. And this is not something that I would have ever thought, because I mean, it really threw me for a loop. But this thought came into my head that said, they were planning to take you this weekend. And I'm like, what? What in the world? What in the world? You know, because like I said, it's just not something I would have thought. I mean, it never even crossed my mind, you know, that they would ever like even try to take me or whatever. So I thought, okay, that's really strange. I thought, you know, maybe it kind of makes sense why they didn't do anything Friday night. So Saturday night, I went to bed, same thing. No visitors. I thought, oh boy, I think there's something to this. Maybe I did actually get a message from them, because I was very careful. I'm gonna tell you that I was very careful come Saturday night, because that was weird, you know. So I guess maybe the bad guys, whoever's in the 4th dimension, I guess they were planning on trying to, or somebody was planning on trying to snatch me. And I guess if they opened up the portal, that would leave it vulnerable. Well, then that makes, that's, you know, I mean, I like to think that if anything happened to me, that one of you guys would pick it up. You would take it over and keep going, run with it, you know, and keep everybody in the loop and, you know, do kind of the same thing I'm doing. So I don't understand why in the world they would think that they needed to snatch me. You know, I mean, I don't know what's going on. It's kind of weird. So anyhow, they didn't. I'm still here. I'm safe. Like I said, they are such a blessing. They're around me all the time. When I get to another location, when I get some time, so I got to stop recording now, I'm going to tell you guys about, oh my God, one of the sweetest things that happened. And these little ones, I'm really worried about these little ones. They keep on getting injured bad, and I don't think they can go back home just yet. I think there's some kind of an issue, because I can't imagine they're injured and the guardians are taking care of them. It's the sweetest thing. Oh my God, it's touched my heart so deep. And I can't imagine, because the guardians are so busy, they've got so much to do, that I can't imagine them like looking after them for no reason, you know, like if they can't get back home, then I understand. Okay, I gotta go. I'll see you later. Okay, so I'm headed to my next stop. I want to tell you guys about these little sillies. They have been doing these transformations that really have not been scary at all. I mean, as a matter of fact, some of them are just downright adorable. One of them ends up looking like Scooby-Doo. I mean, really, they're not scary at all. So, but I did, a couple of nights ago, a couple of them got it. I don't know how. At first I thought, well, maybe because when the guardian passed away that one time, I thought, well, maybe he ingested one of those bad guys, like he slipped up and, you know, they gave him poison, some kind of poison or whatever. And I can now say that I don't think that's it at all, because of the little sillies being affected. Because I don't think that they would be affected, I don't think they would be affected by something like that. So, because the little sillies do not try to ingest the bad guys. I mean, anybody. So they must be attacking them. Oh, sadly. So one of them the other night was in really, really bad shape. He was absolutely adorable. The cutest little guy. And they were rocking him. That's one of the first things it seems like they do, is they try to like rock them, I guess, to bring them comfort. So they were rocking the little guy, and they'd spent a long time rocking him, and he looked horrible. I mean, you guys, I saw that guardian die, and looking at him, he looked the same. And I can't even begin to tell you how bad it was killing me. So, there's two different types of guardians. There's the cloud guardians that are fluffy, and they take on different forms. A dog, my Tao. And there's the human looking guardians, these really absolutely gorgeous looking. I mean, if those are angels, I would not be surprised. If somebody said those are angels from the Bible, I'd say, yep, I get it. They are, I mean, just beautiful. And one of them, oh my gosh, it was the sweetest thing. When that little one was just like at his worst, where I thought, okay, this is going to be the end of him. I was sitting up in bed. I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, oh my gosh. He grabbed up the little silly fast. I mean, like, he went over to him fast, snatched him up, and came back to, like, in front of me. Because that's what they do, is they go in front of me, and I just look at him. I'm like, wow, you're so cool, or, whatever. And they used to try to scare me, but they don't even try to scare me anymore, because they know they're not going to scare me. So I kind of went, oh, you surprised me. And oh my gosh, it made him smile. And I mean, I thought, okay, just keep bringing him back. I'll keep on doing it. I'll just keep bringing him back. So they brought him to the guardian. I don't know what else to call him. Angel looking guardian. He brought him back a couple more times, and I did the same thing, but it was very hard for me to see him, to figure out him from the rest of the crowd. And then I've got a couple of those little guys that transform into that beautiful guardian looking guy that I said, I wasn't scared of anybody, but I'd be scared of him. So they're still doing that nonsense. So it was very difficult for me to figure out if it was him or another one. And you guys, I hadn't did any meditation in a very long time, or just limited lately, but I hadn't did any real meditations for a very long time. And one of the things that I used to do was to try to improve my key energy. And I would go into the golden realm, the golden light realm in my head. I'm doing it as a meditation. I'm going in and I'm breathing in all the healing golden light. Well, I thought, I wonder if I could, because key energy, you can feel it. I took karate for many years, and you can feel it. Once it's nice and built up, you can feel it. If you try to project that key energy to somebody else, they'll feel a warming sensation. So I thought, I wonder if that would be helpful. So I did it. I thought, why not? I might as well do the best I can, see if I can't make him at least feel better. So I did it, and I'm going to tell you guys, he actually started to improve, and he is still with us like 4 days later. So I don't know if my little bit of key energy had anything at all to do with it, but I like to think maybe it did, because I love them. And I'm telling you, it's heartbreaking to see them suffer, and it makes me mad too, because they're little, and here these fourth dimensional beings are picking on them. That just really makes me mad. It gets my ire up, gets that redhead deep locked inside of me coming back to the surface, mad. But I have to cool my jets and stay calm. So like I said, I'm not really sure what the risk is, what the true risk is to me over this. But by my by my friend saying they plan to take you this weekend. I'm glad that they had some sort of intel that let them know that they were planning on trying to take me, and I just don't even know why I'm that important. I mean, yes, I'm laying them in, I'm showing them, you know, the things, and I'm trying to tell people, but I feel like I'm like screaming through a concrete wall because YouTube doesn't do anything. So, okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.